excited to chat with you about Royal Rendezvous. Was there something about Kat or the premise, or maybe getting to film abroad that drew you to be a part of this film?
There was a lot about the movie that I was really excited about. I mean, I first of all, I grew up watching rom-coms and dreamed of being the girl in a rom-com. So I was like, yes, absolutely, let's do it. Also, filming in Ireland was magical. I had never even thought about going to Ireland. I'm a big traveler, but for some reason it was never in my radar. And then once I started like looking it up, I was like, oh my God, I have to go. But also Christine, our director, I was really excited to work with. I love having female directors. I think it's so fun. And she, from the beginning, had the most like loving, easygoing energy. We were both very much like the kind of people that love to have fun on a set and are like, this is crazy cool that we get to do this. So let's just have a good time. And so it was a really good artistic match.
Well, there's chemistry all over the place with each of the boys on this one. But let's start at the beginning. Uh, have you run a food truck before? No, I'm just kidding. Did they have you shadow someone as a food truck, or did you just jump right in for the small scenes and serve some beautiful food?
So what I did, I found out that I booked it about a month before we started filming, and I had never really cooked in my life. So I got HelloFresh, which if they would like to sponsor me, that would be great. And so I started cooking all the time, and I would actually do it like in the middle of the night. I'd go from like 11 to 2 a.m. and cook 4 meals in a row, and I loved it. I loved it so much. So that's kind of like the prep I did, and now I play around in the kitchen for the first time in my life, which is cool. But no food truck experience. I just kind of I winged it.
Well, I love the beautiful cinematography in the film as well. There's so many beautiful places in Ireland to shoot and film. Were you looking forward to filming in specific areas? Did you get to spend much time looking around when you weren't filming?
I got no time to look around ever. We shot the entire movie in 15 days, which is madness. But I did stay for a little bit after, and my parents actually came and we got to explore a little, which was really, really cool. But I think the place I was most excited to shoot in is the establishing shot at the beginning of the movie where it shows me going onto a castle. We shot there a lot, and it's this gorgeous castle in front of the ocean, and it's like kind of a park situation. So there was like people with their dogs all day long, and it was surreal. Like it was one of those moments where I could be like, okay, I think I kind of made it. Like this is insane.
It's absolutely beautiful. Every part of your trip there looks absolutely gorgeous. And there's so many scenes where you're like, this girl is so lucky that she gets to shoot in all these picturesque places. And the eye candy is not too bad either. Did you and Rory and Ronan get to spend much time beforehand to sort of flesh out your characters and their connections? Or was it a jump right in situation there as well, where it's like, hi, we have 15 days. I like you. I also like you. Go.
Luckily, we did have some rehearsal time, and thank God, because once we were on set, it was like, go. But Christine, Rory, Ronan, and I spent a good amount of time in like a conference room together, just running scenes and talking character and figuring out the kinks and figuring out what we wanted to try on the day. Because, usually you shoot what the page says, and then a good director will let you play. And so because we were shooting so fast, we had some ideas of like the kind of nuances of the characters, and it was very, very helpful to get to rehearse.
I think this one is super cute. There's so many romantic moments and will they, won't they, but there's also so much humor in it too. The towel drop, I have to ask about filming that scene. We all
So
know there had to be a bathing suit under there, but that one was quite an awkward moment, whether you were probably on screen or not.
So that one, no bathing suit. We had basically a whole day where it was like all kind of the intimacy stuff, and we had an incredible intimacy coordinator who it was my first time working with one, and thank God. I don't know how the industry did it before them. But for that one I had like a little sticky bra and then underwear, like flesh colored underwear. By this point though, it was later in the shoot, and Ronan and I had a really good rapport by that point, and so we were just like, here we go. Let's do it.
There's so many the funny moments to this one. I think filming that scene where you guys are eating and you're like, oh, I've it's hard to call him Lord James when I've seen him naked. Those are many moments. I have to ask, what were some of the harder scenes to film just because of the comedic wonderful moments and maybe people breaking the most?
Ooh, actually, I gotta say, this cast was pretty incredible, like very, very professional, and we all understood that we had a job to get done. So although there was a lot of goofing around in between, once we were on, we were pretty good about being on. I'll say that scene was pretty hard to shoot because there were so many of us. And so then the coverage becomes keeping comedy alive and fresh after doing something for 6 hours is a little tough. And of course, we want to give it the same amount, even if we're not on camera, so that whoever is getting their coverage filmed has something to respond to. And so that one was a little tough. It was a really long day where we just like sat in a room all day, and it was actually pouring outside. So we couldn't go outside to take breaks or anything. But other than that, it was pretty good.
Well, there's so much buzz to the movie already, and people are so excited to see you in this one. What do you hope they take away, or what do you really hope lingers with them after watching this?
Um, on a selfish note, I think I've been very lucky to do a lot of sitcoms, and of course this isn't super far from it. It's still very much a comedy, and I love comedy. I it makes my soul so happy, but I think it's the first time that I got to be a little bit more grounded and a little bit more, I don't know, like leading lady-esque a little bit. There's some risque stuff in there. So I think it's the first like step into me being seen more as an adult in the industry, and hopefully a leading lady. And I was so excited to lead it, and I hope that people like it.
It comes out here this coming weekend. Will you be tweeting along with us or sharing some behind the scenes photos? All of the above?
That is a great idea. I hadn't thought about it. I'm having a bunch of my friends come over, and we're gonna do a little like watch party, but I actually will totally tweet along and Instagram story and post them behind the scenes, because I was the one on set being like, all right, guys, we gotta come on, everybody, gather around, let's take a picture.
Memorializing the wonderful moments you had.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet. And as I said, I really loved Royal Rendezvous. What else is next for you? What have you been busy working on?
So I just wrapped season 10 of the Goldbergs. I've been on it for about 5 months now. So I got to do a good chunk. I play Carmen, who is Adam's girlfriend, and they are some of the most delightful people in show business. I had the time of my life. So actually today, when we're speaking, there's a new episode out where I'm in it. So I'll be on the Goldbergs through season 10 for now. And I have a Spotify like telenovela sort of thing happening, audio situation. It's called La Cabina Telefónica. It is bilingual, and it is super, super cool. Fanny Lu and I play mother and daughter. And so that, I believe every episode is out now. There's 50. So we did a lot.
When is it now? I'm going to ask you, when did you have free time instead of what are you busy working on? Oh my goodness.
Well, I wrapped the Goldbergs last Friday, and immediately took on. I am fostering an 8-week-old puppy right now for the first time in my life, and training him, and potty training him and crate training him and all of that. So I don't know what free time is right now, which is great. It is very good to keep me engaged in something, because if not, I think too much.
And do you have any plans maybe in the future to step behind the screen and direct some episodes of something, or maybe even plans for your own film in the project? It works, possibly.
Yeah, I mean, so right now, Todd Grinnell played Schneider on One Day at a Time, are producing a short together, which is very exciting. It's the first time I've done anything like that. It is also terrifying. We're like, all right, we're supposed to be shooting it in the next couple of months. So that's something to look forward to. And then I've always kind of half shadowed directors. I think more than wanting to direct myself, it helps me a lot as an actor to understand what they're doing and why they're doing it. But I'm sure that eventually the bug will bite me and I'll go hardcore into that and hopefully get to direct a couple episodes, probably of a sitcom at first, because that's kind of my bread and butter.
What would you like to say then to everyone who are fans and supporters of the wonderful work you continue to do on our screens?
Thank you. Just a big thank you. I mean, it is such a crazy business to be a part of, and it's been such an interesting ride going from One Day at a Time and then working after. It was weird, you know? Like I spent 5 years of my life on that show, and so to still have people wanting to support me and wanting to see what I'm doing next and excited to see me on screen is everything an actor can hope for. So thank you.
It must mean so much to you that people continue to reach out and tell you how poignant that character was for them and how it changed their lives. You must get messages still all the time where people reach out to you and say what it means to them that you were a part of this series. So never, I guess, let it go that it continues to be such a cherished show, and the work you did on it lingers with people even now and maybe even years to come. The wonderful work you did. You have to give yourself a pat on the back and remind yourself every now and then, I did the damn thing.
Thank you. I mean, we all still talk about it all the time. The ODAC group chat is very much alive, and we are very cognizant that it was a once in a lifetime sort of thing, and we were so lucky to be part of that experience. And it is I always say it is my biggest pride and joy to have been Elena, and I think it'll be very hard to beat that.